minutes. I think I can make a motion. So I'll make the motion, but we'll need a second.
Second.
Thank you. And a vote on the motion?
Aye.
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 Okay, motion on the approval of bills. Everyone had a chance to take a look at what Linda gave us earlier.
I have a question about the bills. Would not be the appropriate time to raise it.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
I noticed that it looks like a third-party company is doing snow removal. I thought the city was doing that, or am I confused?
No, it over a number of years, we have found out that the city snow removal is stretched a bit thin. And the city administrator and I concur that we just have to have an outside company do it. And Elvin Ortega of our staff has contacted a number of them, and this company is as reasonable as can be found. I wouldn't say they're reasonable, but they're as reasonable as can be found. And they do a very good job. Because when you add up all the sidewalks in front and the parking lot, it does add up.
I do think that they do a good job too. But do they charge a flat fee? Because it's very similar between both snowfalls.
No, they have, it's um, uh, uh, Elvin watches them like a hawk, but they, they'll salt, and that's a charge, and then they'll shovel, and then if it's more than 4 inches, it's a different charge. Carmen, I don't see Deb in the waiting room.
All right.
Or maybe, like Linda said, maybe she's in the wrong Zoom meeting.
Yeah. I'll
I
text her.
I did have a follow-up question again, Bob.
Yes, ma'am.
On the 17th of January, there was a presentation on Revolution NJ250.
Mm-hmm.
I parked in the handicap spot, as I often do,
Yeah.
and I had to walk across the snow up to like the steps that are going into the main library.
Yeah.
And after that, it was all clear down to Remsen Avenue, and down into the meeting room itself.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm really afraid of falling. So this really stuck in my mind.
Right.
When I left, it was all clear all the way into the parking lot. So I'm not sure what went on. I heard someone mention that they thought a staff member had gone out to do it.
Right. Zach Brackett had gone out because the problem was the snow came and the companies don't shovel until it stops.
It was like half and half, though.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the part down to Remsen Avenue is absolutely perfect. It was beautiful.
I
And
can't
back over to the parking lot.
explain that part though.
Okay, I wanted to lift it up to your attention.
Yeah.
So thank you for
Yeah.
entertaining that.
No
Thanks
problem.
for the questions, Beth. Anyone else have questions about the financials that Linda provided to us? If not, can I have a motion for the approval of bills?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
And can we have a vote? Aye.
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 Thank you. I think it passes. Okay, the appointment of a representative to the Library Foundation Board of Trustees. Carmen,
Wh-
I think you were going to,
Yeah, I can mention the slate of officers, that the nominating committee, worked on. So basically, Bob, I just list the slate of officers and then the board votes on it.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
So
Carmen, I think the representatives are treated differently. Am I right on that, Bob?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Those two people are appointees of the president.
that's correct,
They're not elected officers.
right?
Um, and I would add that there are other members of the library board who serve on the foundation board, but they have their own terms. They were elected. This person is an ex officio appointee.
So there's one seat for the foundation, the library foundation, and one seat for the Friends of the Liaison?
Right, right.
Okay,
Uh, Basically, it was put in there so that there will always be communication between the three boards, the Friends Executive Board, the Foundation Board, and the library board itself, because the Friends also have or should have a member of their executive board appointed to the foundation board. I would also add that the representatives don't have a vote because they're ex officio.
okay, thank you. So the slate of officers for 2026, the president, Susan Todd, vice president, Julianne Aliciano, treasurer, Beth Bind, and secretary, Deborah Seeley. Do we do each one of these individually or just the officers all together at once
As a
If,
slate.
yeah, as a slate,
as a slate? Okay, so those are the officers that the nominating committee is presenting to the board for a vote for approval.
Mhm.
And I guess we spoke to everyone and everyone seemed to be interested in these positions, so. So what's the next step?
Vote, because since it's a committee report, it doesn't need a second.
Okay. So that is the slate of officers that the nominating committee is presenting to the board.
Okay, so can I call for a vote on the slate of candidates?
Can you just repeat the slate one more time?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
President Susan Todd, Vice President Julianne Aliciano, Treasurer Beth Bine, Secretary Deborah Seeley.
Any other questions or comments on the process or the candidates themselves? Okay, seeing none, call for a vote on the slate of candidates.
Aye.
I.
Aye.
I.
Okay, I know we're not all here, but I just want to say that this is the last year that I can serve as president, and I think some of the other officers are in the same situation, that their maximum service is coming to an end. So I just, as the year goes by, please think about taking on a role if you're going to continue on the Board of Trustees, because we do need to fill the roles. And, you know, my goal is to make this look as fun and easy as possible for the next year. So hopefully that will make it look more attractive. Bob and his staff really make it um, an easy board to sit on. I mean, we are mostly supportive, and, you know, it allows us to be advocates for the library. So again, just as a year goes by, you know, please participate, please, you know, have a voice, ask questions, and think about taking on, you know, a role that doesn't require more work, but may require you to talk more at a meeting and help run the meeting. And thank you.
Obviously, when we get closer to the new year, do you think we could talk more about these positions, like in detail, what they do? Obviously, some of them are very clear, but you know, each person can talk about their role. So for someone new like me on the board, I can learn a little more, grasp a little more.
Absolutely. And Amanda, we don't have to wait. I mean, technically, we're supposed to start planning in October. We were a little bit late this year, but, you know, I'm happy to do that anytime. And I think other trustees would be as well.
Okay, that sounds really great for me at least,
Okay,
and very helpful.
great.
I also believe the bylaws also has a list of the roles for each officer.
Yep.
Thank
And
you. That's great. I'll look it up tomorrow.
okay, if you have trouble finding it, I can send you a copy. I'm sure Bob, you know, would be willing to do that as well.
I actually think Bob has already sent me a copy. So thank you,
Yeah.
Bob.
Welcome.
And I just wanted to thank everybody during this process. I got a lot of help from a lot of folks, so thank you.
Thank you for doing it, Carmen.
And Deborah and
Um, so I think we can move on to the appointment of representative. I'm going to appoint Deb Seeley to continue serving on the Friends Board of Directors. And Carmen, I know we spoke about this, but are you willing to continue?
um actually I think if someone else is interested, that would be fine.
Okay,
I think I think there might be other people who may be interested, and I want to give them a chance as well.
okay. Bob, is there any requirement that I make this appointment at this meeting?
No, ma'am.
Okay,
That is one of the things in the bylaws that's quite vague as to when you can make appointments.
okay. Then I'd like to maybe put it off until February's meeting and just talk to a few of the trustees. Okay, we're at the point of board meetings for 2026. Do I have a motion to approve the calendar that's been set?
I motion.
Second.
Thank you, Amanda. And show of hands to support the motion.
Aye.
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 And we're up to committee reports. Policy committee.
There are two policies in process. One is the collection development policy to follow what the changes in the state library's recommendation. The other is the behavior policy, where we're making the use of the teen room in parallel language to the children's room. Basically, it comes down to, if you're not a teenager or not accompanying a teen, you are not going to go into the room, as we have always done with the children's room. So there is nothing on the floor for these. And I'll jump onto the finance committee. We're waiting to see the introduction of the budget to the council. I think this is Deb coming in.
Yeah, I'm not in the usual way. I actually dialed one of the numbers on your email and it brought me to this, but I can't see anything. I don't know what happened. I did it like 7, 8 times trying to get in.
Well, we can hear you.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It told me that I would be able to hear the meeting, but I wouldn't be able to see anything. I dialed the actual number on your email.
Oh.
I didn't, when I hit Zoom, it doesn't let me in. It keeps saying waiting, 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 waiting.
Oh.
That's so strange.
This never happened before in my whole life. I don't know what is going on.
All right, you're here now.
Yeah.
So Deb, we did pass the proposed slate of candidates. Just so you know, we got to that point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you were reappointed to the Friends Board of Directors.
Okay.
And we are now up to trustee education, I believe.
Okay. I guess everybody received the email today from our director about a webinar from NJLA, I guess, and it's sustainability with New Jersey. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yeah, scratch that. It's library trustees and advocacy on Wednesday, February 11th at 2 p.m. And Bob sent the email out today, I believe.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
That's the only one I've seen. I looked up and down my email today. I didn't see anything else.
Deb, do you have anything to report as a Friends liaison?
Yes, the only thing that would be upcoming, a program on behalf of the library that Kim Adams is having for Black History Program on February the 14th at 2 p.m. There's a speaker, Stephen Thomas. He'll be doing a program on African-American soldiers' experiences during the Revolution from all sides of the conflict. And he himself, as an African-American, is a very experienced presenter. Let me see. We don't have any concrete plans for Women's History Month as yet. And of course, April is the book sale. I believe it's the 10th and 11th of April.
I thought 9th and 10th.
Oh, did they change it? Okay, I'm sorry. I have 10th and 11th.
I'm not sure. Maybe you're right.
I stand corrected. No.
That weekend anyway.
Yeah.
Huh?
It is that same, that same weekend, right around that time.
So what is the date?
I'm checking, I'm trying to bring up a
I
calendar.
checked my calendar some way. Yeah, I checked the calendar. It said it's Friday and Saturday are the 10th and 11th. Am I incorrect on that?
10 and 11, Friday,
Okay,
Saturday.
Yeah,
and I
Yeah.
had the
that's
wrong
what I
dates.
report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
They'll be packing up on the 12th. May, we don't have anything. April has, I think our new member, April, has something that she is going to be presenting for May. Yesenia has suggested that we reach out to students and teenagers and make them like junior members, if we can find anybody to, help us with the book sale. Because, it's a little overwhelming. We don't know if Bob's other half will be helping us, but we hope so.
Well, let's put it like this. I may have to take her on a trip to Italy, Rome, but but I'm willing to
That's
take
good.
her, so.
Okay.
Somebody has to do it,
We
Bob.
hope so. Yeah, sounds like a nice trip. I have in my notes that April has, I think we have a secretary. April volunteered. And I do believe she said when she's on business or out of town or is unable to take the minutes that Lucretia said she would stand in for her. I believe that's what she said. The webinar, that I think, that's it. That's all I have.
Okay.
Deb, could you just let us know when you get to a point where you can use help for the book sale?
Well,
Or at least know that I'm willing to
we
help.
always need, yeah, well, yeah. I can tell you when she reaches, when whomever is going to be working on the committee reaches out. I'll let everybody on the board know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
And Bob,
Okay, so it's me.
Yep.
Okay. Oh God, this is a long list of things, and I'm going to try to go real fast. Children's programs, they read and play, and the Lego Club are going well. Karen Stupi has a whole set of things. Super Science, which in February is going to focus on African American scientists, young athletes. Okay. The Jewish Family Services citizenship classes have started again. We had the congressional grant a review, which they informed the amount of work they told us would be involved was overwhelming. However, when they met with Shenmin and Kavita, it was 1, 2, 3, wonderful, thank you, and done. We ended up Connect and Learn, which is a state-funded program designed for Work First New Jersey, had reached out to us about booking our community room for a week because they were trying to set something up with the county. After some discussion, they're just going to meet here, probably in a room in the Henry Guest House for their entire 11 I didn't write it down, but it's about 3 months worth of meetings. because they're
Hmm.
basically doing the same thing we had done with that congressional grant, which is teaching people who are going to be job hunting digital skills because you can't fill in an application in person anymore. They're all online. Um, we One of the things that people who don't make use of the service don't always uh, realize is the amount of cooperation there is between libraries. We sent out um, almost 5,000 packages, which in many cases have multiple books in them to other libraries, and got back an equal amount because let's just say the Clark Library wants to borrow a book we happen to have, they don't. We send it over, or one of our patrons wants to borrow a book that the Summit Public Library has. And indeed, in New Jersey, uh, there are four major automation consortiums, and they all have open borrowing. You can borrow a book in Bergen County and return it here. Um, I will not comment on why we do not have statewide open borrowing but that's a different matter. Um, Door count, uh, even in December, we had 268 people per day. Now, of course, that's some people coming in and out, but that's what the count was. Uh, our busiest month in 2025 was March with about 8,500, which in part was because of the VITA tax program. Uh, and it's the EDI assessment was done. The some of the online borrowing that for electronic resources with eLibrary and Hoopla, um, it keeps getting more and more. Um, ah, the exterior ladder on the back of the building is up, and it is chained shut because we don't want anyone jumping the back fence and then climbing up onto the roof of the building. Um,
Hmm.
That
it,
was
you
a
know,
saga, right?
it's one of those things that you know that unless you put the lock on and the cover over it, somebody's going to get the urge to go up there. By the way, I have no intention of personally going up and checking it out. Not going to happen, folks. Um, Also, the glass floor, which this has been at least a decade, finding a vendor who is willing to replace the four pieces of glass in the stack floor uh, because they're 1 inch thick glass that has to be cut. Now, most glass floors you see are nice 4x4 standard sizes. These had to be custom cut, and it was a saga of many vendors and just lot of time. And the funny part of it is that the pieces that were cracked, although people wouldn't stand on them, wouldn't have ever moved anyway. But they looked unsafe. The Henry Guesthouse porch, again, historic buildings, fun. The when they went to strip the front door to refinish it, it turned out that the finish that was on it was just painted on, and so the architect asked me, what did it look like before? And I went and I found pictures, and it has been wood grained, it has been white, and it has been dark brown. And so I let the architect have all those pictures, and he's probably making the door white to the same white as the frame. The Holy Festival will be April 18th. Our new main book wholesaler, Ingram, is now delivering their books. They were faced with a major challenge because when Baker and Taylor went out of business, they were, how do I phrase this? There was a lot of new business, more than they could handle instantaneously. Oh, one of the challenges of open borrowing is just educating, because it is so complicated in New Jersey, is educating the library staff even as to, yes, they can do this, but they can't do that. And Jackie Oshman made a very good pamphlet, which we have since shared with Stella, on just for the staff, not the public. And they were very impressed by it. The language programs, the virtual English conversation is up and running. We're working with Rutgers Health Service Corps, and so that part of the conversations will be about health. And if you think about it, some of the most important conversation any of us have is with our doctors. But if you're uncomfortable with English and talking to your doctor, there can be a lot of miscommunication. Actually, there's a lot of miscommunication even with people who are comfortable in their language. And we're also working with the Robert Wood Johnson Medical School on this. And with the REACH funding, we have new chairs and laptops over in the Henry Guesthouse for their work. And the municipal IDs, the numbers are down, and they're still substantial, but I think most of that is the fact that people are afraid to give information over to the government, whether it's, and most people do not know that we do not keep records of who we issue the cards to, and that the only record we have is that we issued a library card along with the municipal ID, and library card records are only available by subpoena in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt that.
What, ma'am?
I said I doubt the people that are afraid really know all that.
Oh, no, they don't. And
'Cause they're
and
scared.
even
Yeah,
if they were told, they'd be,
rightly so. Yes, but he
I'm
tells
not
them
going to
don't.
believe you.
I know.
Uh, um,
Sad.
the day I got back from, well, the day after I got back from London, I had been invited to speak to a class at the School of Communication and Information, what used to be Skills. And it was just fun because I was asked to do an overview of public libraries in New Jersey and some of the challenges in working in them. And it was just interesting to watch. Oh, these folks don't have a clue what it is actually to work in a public library. Well, no, some of them did, and at least one of them who works at another urban library, I would say has a lot more of a challenge than we have.
Oh, right.
And okay, Rutgers Access Week, we're working with them. Social work intern is back. A Mercedes strengthening family, a program run by Empower Somerset and the Family Support Organization of Middlesex, did an 11 session course for 13 families. We hosted them at the Henry Guest House again. Karen and other staff are already working on the summer reading program. I should add that the Friends of the Library are supplying $4,000 for the children's programming. The VITA tax assistance via the Central New Jersey United Way is all set to start. My compliments, as always, to Joy Crow Logan, because it is a fairly complex arrangement. I won't go into the Dropbox and what has to be explained. And I'd also add that that our staff is incredibly patient, explaining all the complexity, but this is getting taxes done, and that's going to be complex, no matter how simple. Let's see. Tutoring, we have 2 tutors for drop-in tutoring in the children's room. So 4 days a week, that's covered. Willow Grove website. We have it is amazing how many people, I think it was almost just a little bit over 700 visits to the website to find who's buried there and where. And Windows of Understanding, we're going to have a painting workshop on March 5th, which, by the way, is my birthday. So I expect they'll make birthday things for me. Only kidding, Kavita. Uh, and
The world will stop.
and hey, look, I mean, I'm happy to have birthdays.
We'll block
And
off the street, everything, balloons, we'll do it all.
Bob, what will actually be happening that day besides you eating cake and
yeah,
Oh,
no idea. Anyway, moving on.
no, I mean with Windows,
And
I mean with Windows in the world.
Windows of Understanding.
Windows of Understanding, right? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
They have a whole set of things planned. That is an amazing accomplishment, from going from the Community Arts Council here as, oh, let's do something about doing windows of some of the stores downtown. And now that they are, I think there are 6 different central New Jersey communities that are each doing something connected to it. It's amazing. So I think that's a fast run through of some of the stuff we have happening. Anyone have any questions?
If there aren't any questions for Bob, we can move on to unfinished business.
I just want to ask a question. I'm not sure whether you discussed it or not, but the person that I think we have one seat open, Bob, on the foundation board, could be somebody from the
Oh,
board to
okay.
be appointed over to. I don't know. You might have discussed it already. I'm sorry.
Yes, but
Yeah.
but I also add that there are vacancies on the foundation board. If anyone would, even if they're not being appointed, I can let Betsy Garlotti know about any interest.
How many? I thought it was just the one that Marilyn had.
Oh,
How
no,
many
okay.
seats are?
Marilyn was the Friends representative to
Right.
the
Mm-hmm.
foundation board.
Mm.
The there would have to be sorry, I just went blank. A representative from the library board, and that Susan appoints. But there are,
Mm-hmm.
if any of you know anyone who would be a good person to put on the foundation board, please let me know, and I'll move the information onto Betsy Carlotti, who's chair of that board.
So how many
So it
people?
doesn't have to, so that seat doesn't have, excuse me, I'm sorry, Sue. That doesn't have to be someone from the library board. That could be anybody?
No, there's one seat, an ex officio seat from the library board, but there are
Okay.
other vacant seats on their
Oh,
board. So,
So we have an open seat right now
yeah,
available for the foundation.
right.
there's,
Okay.
right, okay.
So
So
Deb,
Beth, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead, Carmen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Beth was interested in serving on the foundation. I think that's what you mentioned, Deborah.
Well, I didn't understand that I was already a member, so I can't be
Right.
an ex officio appointee.
Right.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
already a member.
I wasn't sure, when I sent you, when I sent you the email, we weren't sure whether you already a member or, we weren't sure. That was what my email meant. So that's
And I
why
was
I'm glad you're
confused
clarifying.
too. So I'm
So-
glad we got it straightened out.
So Deb,
Okay.
would I ask Bob if it would be appropriate if I just held off until February to make that appointment so that I have a chance to like ask different trustees? I know you and Carmen did some of that, and Carmen is interested in, you know, allowing other people to get involved, which I totally respect. But I'm just gonna take a few more weeks and try to find
Mhm.
someone who I can appoint.
Oh, okay. That sounds great. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So are there any other questions or any other anything else we need to bring up under unfinished business? Okay, I don't hear any comments, so let's move on to old business. Anything that needs to be discussed in terms of old business? Bob, just a quick question that it
Yes,
probably
ma'am.
falls under this. With the security people, um, have you contracted with the longer periods of time that you're going to have security officers in the library, or is that coming up still?
But see, that's dependent on the budget being passed
I see.
Yeah.
as we submitted it, and I have not heard anything. I'm thinking that I'm going to reach out to Michael next week and ask, because it was especially Monday was really interesting.
Uh-oh.
We were very short staffed because any number of people just could not get in. And
Oh, right. Yeah.
so, and we had a large number of people who were hanging, were here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
they have to go.
Okay,
Ay,
so
ay,
you'll
ay.
keep us posted on the
yes,
budget
ma'am.
hearing. Okay, any new business? Any questions? Any other matters for discussion or to bring before the board?
Can we just repeat the days for the book sale? I'm sorry.
Sure.
No problem.
I have,
April-
oh, go ahead, Bob.
I'm just going
I have 10, 11.
to my calendar to make sure.
April 10th and 11th?
I have 10th and 11th, and I have 12 for packing up. I don't know, maybe they changed it.
No, it would be 10th and 11th.
And 11th.
Okay, so just for those of you who might volunteer,
Mm-hmm.
the 8th and 9th will be the days for bringing things up. The 10th and the 11th are the books sale.
Sale day.
The packing up and getting it cleared out is the 12th, 13th.
12. Okay, and 13th. Okay.
Well, now we know where I got the ninth from.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that was the setup. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
I don't think there's anyone here from the public. This would be the time for a public comment. So not seeing anybody from the public. Is there a
Susan,
motion?
before you close, I just
Yeah.
want to apologize again for not being able to get in. I don't know what happened. I had a meeting last night, Sister Cities. I got right in, my church, 3 meetings I got in. I don't know what happened. Don't know. Sorry, though.
Well, we're glad you got in before it was
Yeah,
over.
I just went the old way.
Yep. Thanks for your help on the nominating committee, Deb.
You're welcome.
Yes, you and Carmen did an excellent job.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so if there's someone who
you.
wants to make a motion for adjournment,
I'll make a
Motion to
motion.
adjourn.
Oh, I'll second then.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, everyone stay safe, stay warm.
Okay,
Stay
Thank
warm.
you.
yeah.
See
Take
you
care,
guys.
everybody. Bye, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
Safe.
Good night.